Chris Watts was living in Colorado with his wife Shanann and their two adorable daughters, Bella and Celeste. Shanann was super active on social media, always posting about their perfect little family. They had a nice house, cute kids, and another baby on the way. Everything looked peachy from the outside, but behind closed doors, things were not as rosy. Fast forward to August 2018. Shanann comes home from a business trip in the middle of the night. The next morning, she's supposed to go to a doctor's appointment, but she never shows up. Her friend gets worried, calls the cops, and they start looking for her. The cops show up at Chris's house. He's all calm and collected, letting them search around, but Shanann and the kids are nowhere to be found. He's all like, she said she was going to a friend's house with the kids, and that's the last thing I heard. And that was it. It was very vague. But something's off, you know? The dude's way too calm. Chris starts giving interviews, pleading for their safe return. Now, the police aren't buying his act. They bring Chris in for questioning and give him a lie detector test. And here's twist number 1. He fails it. Big time. So they press him harder. And Chris, probably feeling the heat, admits to something shocking. But hold on, it's not what you think. Chris tells the cops that he saw Shanann hurting their daughters. And in a fit of rage, he had to stop her? Yeah, I know it's wild. But the cops are like, dude, this story does not add up. They keep digging, and Chris finally cracks. He confesses to everything. Turns out, Chris had been seeing another woman. Chris worked at Anadarko Petroleum, and there he met Nicole Kessinger. One day, Chris struck up a conversation with her, and before long, they started meeting outside the office. By early July, they were seeing each other about 4 or 5 times a week. Chris told Nicole he was almost divorced, and later, while Shanann and the girls were visiting family in North Carolina, he told her the divorce was final. Just weeks after they started talking, Nicole started looking at wedding dresses online. Yeah, things were moving fast. He wanted a fresh start with Nicole, so he did the unthinkable. He wakes Shanann as he's getting ready for work and wants to talk about their marriage and future. Despite Shanann carrying their unborn son, Nico Lee, he tells her about his affair and that their marriage won't last. Shanann replies that Chris won't see the kids again. Chris loses it and ends her life right there. Their daughter Bella, who was 4, comes in and asks what was wrong with her mom. Chris wraps Shanann in a blanket and carries her to his truck. He puts Bella and Celeste in the back seat and drives to his work site. There, he ends the lives of his daughters, placing them in oil tanks. He also buries Shanann in a shallow grave near the oil storage facility. The shocking part is he himself admitted that older daughter Bella asked if he was going to do the same thing he did to his sister, and that the 4-year-old tried to fight back. The whole thing blows up in the media. Everyone's talking about how this seemingly perfect husband and dad could do something so horrible. Chris gets arrested, and the trial is just as intense. In court, Chris ends up pleading guilty to everything to avoid the ultimate penalty. He's sentenced to multiple life terms without any chance of getting out.